say about the defensive performance in this game last week with the 2 drives, getting 2 drives to stop here, and the decision? It seemed like you had confidence in to punt on that 4th. How can you talk about that?
I'm really proud of the defense and how we stepped up and made a play. Right? When the game was on the line, when we needed it most, guys stepped up. And it's tough to win in this league, but it was awesome to see the way our guys grinded it out, the way they stepped up right there at the end with Nelson making a big-time interception there. I mean, couldn't be more proud of the defense from the growth from last week to this week. That's what I continue to see in our team is just growth, right? Being resilient. In these moments, we were in the same situation last week, but to see the growth and to see us finish it out, and it was awesome.
DeMeco, what does it mean to the team to be 3-3 going into the bye week, or you have as many wins as you had last week? And I've got one more. During the bye week, work on the running game inside the 5-yard line.
It was it's something that we talked about all week is just finishing this week 3-3. Right, we know our team is continue to improve, continue to get better, but it was very important for us, right, to finish with a win this week before heading to our bye week. Just go in just with a better feeling. You can enjoy your bye week a little bit better off of a win. Definitely still things to clean up, and we understand that. On all 3 phases, there are a lot of things that we can clean up, but it's a lot easier to clean things up with a win.
How did you feel like your rushing attack did in that first half? In particular, I think y'all had 97 yards rushing. And then what adjustments did you feel like the Saints probably made there in the second half?
I felt really good about our run game. I think this may have been our best run performance of the year. It was good to see, us moving the ball, getting some good runs. Good to see, Motor, DP, both guys having, success in the run game. And we just have to continue to grind at it, continue to work at it. Credit to our offensive line and what they did, right, of moving those guys off the line of scrimmage. This was a tough defense to run the ball on, and we did a really good job. And they tightened it up in the second half and, forced us to throw it a little bit more than we wanted to. But the way we ran the ball in the first half was what we look forward to do and who we want to be. But we still want to do more. We still want to just run it as much as we can throughout the entire game.
Coach, can you talk about the way that CJ played today, in particular when he made the mistake by throwing the interception? You all were able to get the ball back, and then he was able to drive you all down and get the touchdown.
With CJ, it's the same. It's resiliency, right? Even though he throws his first interception of his career, right? And, I can't say enough about Nico first, right? And his effort, his mindset to go and get the ball back in that situation, and the resiliency of our offense just to – no matter what happened, bad things happen, but you don't let that affect the next play. They went down, drove on them, and scored right there. I think that was the turning point of the game for us, on offense. And bad things happen, we responded the correct way, and that's what you continue to see from CJ. Even though it's a bad play, it doesn't affect the next play, and that's growth, and that's really great to see from a young quarterback.
On the other side of the football, similar resiliency. Steve Nelson gives up a touchdown, he gives up a lower pass, and makes the interception. What did you see on the interception? What did you think about the play that he made there after having them go after him a little bit earlier in that?
Yeah, we had a couple shots on us. We had our opportunities to make plays. Thought Steven played a really great game. It's all tied together, rushing coverage. We got to rush better. I thought the coverage was really good, and when we needed to play most, Steven stepped up and made a big-time play for us.
Hey, Coach, can you talk about what you've seen out of Will Anderson Jr. today, and how much does this game actually represent the impact he has had on the defensive front?
I thought Will in that front, he did a decent job of getting after it, right, putting the pressure on Carr all across the board. Guys did a really good job. Will has been doing good throughout the season. Right, he continues to grow, and as a young player, continue to, improve his game each and every week as well. So it's great to see the growth from Will and what he's able to do for us defensively. And everybody's just starting to play well together, and we have to keep going.
Well, DeMeco, obviously, the receivers are doing a great job of running their routes. Talk about specifically Dalton Schultz's performance.
Yeah, Dalton has had, 2 back-to-back big games for us, right? It's he put the team on his back last week to give us an opportunity to close that game out, and coming back this week, just a lot of big catches, a lot of explosives. Right, just seeing Dalton, his playmaking ability in the passing game, has been what we anticipated we would get from him, and it's showing up big time. Proud of Dalton for him showing up, making big time plays for us.
We got time for a few more.
DeMeco, before the Saints' final drive, top midfield, gets hit the negative play on first down, decided to throw a couple times there. What went in the decision to throw versus maybe run the ball and force the clock around?
Yeah, we wanted to get yards there, right? 2nd and 12, still wanted to get yards, just running it, but we thought we had an opportunity there to throw it and make a play. And again, we trust our guys in that situation to make that play.
Coach, I want to brag a little bit on the kicking game. I thought you guys were dominant in that area tonight, obviously, or today. The 2 missed kicks, I thought Cam Johnson was excellent. I saw Neville Hewitt covering some kicks, doing what he does. Just your overall evaluation on that third phase that we don't obviously spend as much time on as we do.
Yeah, with the kicking game, I thought they did a really good job of forcing, missed kicks. Excellent job by, our field goal block unit. And also by Cam, right? He impacted the game big time for us to get a backed up opportunity, which turned into points for us on offense. You can't say enough about how we play complementary football and how important the kicking game is. It kind of goes hidden, but that's a huge part of the game, huge part of why we win games is because we're playing well in the kicking game.
DeMeco, on that last 4th down when they go to Camaro out of the backfield, just before that in that sequence, what was kind of going through your mind defensively and how you guys were going to respond to them in that moment?
Yeah, defensively, it was just about us, getting pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to, make some tough decisions. And as much as we can, try to just get pressure on him. And guys did a great job of tackling there. Jimmy made a really nice tackle on Kamara, to give us an opportunity to stand up. But guys executed, when it's a critical situation, situations where we haven't been really good defensively is in the red zone. And I think our guys stood up today and shut them out in the red zone, and that was the difference in the game.
We'll take these last 3. Go ahead, sir.
Coach, last week we talked about the linebackers and how when they played against the Falcons, it was, out of position a little bit. But today, it looked like the Saints were trying to attack them, but, it seemed like you all, through the film study, learned a little bit more. Can you just talk about how good your linebackers played today?
Yeah. The linebackers, the guys are doing a really great job. Don't necessarily think they're attacking them. I thought defensively everybody did what they're supposed to do this week. Everybody's in position. Everybody just did their job, and that was the outcome.
Could you comment on the fact that your, not defensive red zone, but your offensive red zone, because you had 1st and 10 on the 2-yard line of pass interference, and feel like you got stalled at, which you feel like probably could put the game away for you on that particular series. Would that be some emphasis y'all going to probably look at during the whole period?
We won the red zone battle, right? We scored 2 times down in the red zone, and they didn't, and that's the game. Do we want to score more? Of course. I think credit to our offense for getting in the end zone when they did. We kicked field goals, and we just played together as a defense. Of course, we want to score every time, but it doesn't happen, right? You still have to stand up and play great ball, and that's what we did, play together as a team today, and that resulted in a win.
Last one, John.
DeMeco, how would you describe Cashman's performance, and what does he mean to this defense?
Hey, Cashman has done a great job for us. He had a lot of tackles today, flying around all over the field, really great in the passing game. He's done a really good job showing up, making big-time plays for us when we need it most. So proud of Cash and his development, and, what he provides is just confidence. When we're out there in passing situations, we know he plays really well in coverage. He's done a great job of tackling and just playing sideline to sideline.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
today to come into this bye week 3-3 after this game? How do you reflect on where this team is right now?
Yeah, first of all, I just want to give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Was a hard-fought win. Needed that one, man. Our biggest thing was empty the tank and leave the game 3-3 and going into the bye week. So that's huge for us. Got to have a good bye week and get better there. Rest up, because it's going to be a big time second half of the season that we need to execute better and be better at. So happy with the win and proud of my guys for being resilient and fighting. So.
After you threw your first career interception, how were you able to shake it off so quickly and lead the team on a touchdown drive?
It's life, it's ups and downs. My teammates were all like, "Man, you got this, let's go." And I look back, DeMeco was like, "Man, you got it." Like I could see it in his eyes that like he cared about how I was going to respond. So for me, that means a lot, just for them to have trust and faith in me, and I'm gonna have trust and faith in myself too. Like I know that play, he made a good play. And they weren't going to get me again. So just learning from that. Excited that we went down and scored. I thought that was really big. So a lot of other things I can clean up, like some things I probably did worse than that interception that wasn't really highlighted. So for me, just getting better.
Two-part question. The improvement in the run game and also the improvement in the red zone, what do you attribute that to today? What do you think was different about you guys?
Just hard work, man. We work our tails off at practice on the little details. DeMeco was up here for 45 minutes showing us the details of all the positive plays we've had. And we were kind of like, man, we shouldn't be 3-3. We should be better than that. But we are, because we missed details on little certain plays. That's what it boils down to. So we just really worked hard at practice, honing out the details, getting better every day, being better in the red zone, the run game, getting IDs right, me being precise and getting guys lined up right. So it was a good thing for us to have a good week of practice going into I think this week was our best week of practice and preparation.
You guys in the locker room, they were talking a lot about buy-in and culture that's set and centered by the coach. What do you feel like the difference that's made in being 3-3 at this point of the season?
I think it's everything. I mean, I feel like all the games that we've played so far has been dogfights, like from Ravens all the way now to the Saints. Like, I don't think it was one game we thought we were out of. We might have went down early or went up early, but we fought the whole way. And the one thing I'm learning about this league, man, it's not easy to win. Like, of course, we didn't play perfect. I didn't play perfect. Could have made some better plays, but like you gotta be happy with a win, man, because that's a great Saints defense. They're stacked from left side all the way to the right. So it was a blessing to get a win against a tough defense like that.
Go ahead. Two quick questions. So yeah, you've been confident from the beginning that this team had what it takes to kind of compete. I'm curious, what gave you confidence, and then I'll ask you a small question after that.
I think just like one, what I've been through in this game, coming from a place like Ohio State, having ups and downs, and just knowing like the next play is the best play. Like it's not about what's happened before or the game before or whatever. It's about going 1-0 every play. And I can go all the way back, all the way to high school and just trying to just find because like my head coach is sitting right back there from high school, so it made me think about him. But he'll tell you like at times like man I would get flustered, I would get pissed like because I want to be so great and like I work really hard on the little details on straining 2 yards every play after the whistle's blown, like every little thing that I've been taught to do, I want to do it like for the glory of God and for my teammates. So I get really down on myself sometimes. Like I'm probably my biggest critic. And I remember in college, we were playing in the Rose Bowl, and I threw a pick right coming out the half. We were down by 2 scores. And I remember like Coach Day looked at me and gave me like a look and was like, man, you got this. Like, let's go. And ever since then, man, I just started like kind of playing carefree. And he trusted me on 4th down a lot, and I made plays, and like a lot of confidence was built back then. So that's kind of where it stems from.
What do you think about Nico getting that ball back out down the front when that drive gets a lot of scoring later on?
Hey, we talk about the ball. Our DB coach Dino comes up here every Wednesday, and he talks about what we need to do with the ball, protect it, and take it. And I gave it away, which isn't a great thing. And but it's kind of crazy because he always shows clips of guys throwing getting interceptions, not protecting the ball. And, you know, me, I went in and tried to get his leg. So I tried to get a little tackle out, probably soft, but I think I kind of like made him cut, and Nico came, you know. So, I'm playing. It was all Nico. So Nico made a good play, man, and I remember, like I told you, looking back at sideline, Bobby and DeMeco is like, we're like, man, just keep going. You all right. Like, they got you, but they won't get you again. And Stroud was very positive on the sideline as well. That helped me a lot. So.
A lot of quarterbacks would tell you that you always need your first interception. Yours came after a record-breaking fashion. You just basically being your harshest critic. It came in a win, but how do you think that interception kind of would sit with you like over time? Like, what did you see there? Like, how do you think that'll sit with you even though it came?
I ain't tripping. Shoot, it is what it is. I learned from it. I understand that guy, I think he watched a lot of film on that certain play because, you know, we run a lot of in-breakers and things like that, and we try to offset it with certain out-breakers. And he kind of played both. So I try to move him with my eyes, probably didn't do enough of it. And he made a hell of a play, and I kind of knew it right when I threw it. But I ain't tripping. Like, you gotta keep going, man. I think I played a solid game after that. Of course, you got to clean some things up, but I think overall, like, we had a good day offensively. Got to be better on third down and just being on the same page on scramble drill. Missed some ops there. So, but other than that, man, I think it was solid, and I ain't tripping off it. I'm gonna learn from it and keep going.
CJ, I think you just kind of talked about it, some of those plays where you're just kind of improvising. It looked like you and Robert were pretty close on a couple of them. Is that just something that you guys have to experience in the game and then it's better next time?
Yeah, most def. He was really. He's always clean with his body language. So I just got to see it better, throw it better. The third down one was my fault. Like, I should have seen that he was breaking in and made a better play. I'm not sure what happened on the non-PI on the sideline. That was crazy. But that's another one we could have had that I'm not even gonna go there. And then the red zone one, I just couldn't see far back in the end zone, so I tried to stop him with the ball, and he made a good job. I just keep rolling because he didn't know what was behind him. So, man, it's just communication, talking about it, getting those reps at practice when things don't go well. But other than that, man, I think, like, me and Rob made a really good play on that third down in the red zone to get a score. So, yeah, it's just things you got to work on.
CJ, congratulations, brother. Dennis Allen, since 2015, we started calling the defensive plays over there in New Orleans. 11 of 14 rookies took an L. You got the win today. You mentioned last week they threw something at you in Atlanta that you hadn't necessarily prepared for, the 6-1, robber coverage and all of that. What did you see today schematically for what Dennis was throwing at you, allowed you to perform and play as well as you did today?
Yeah, Atlanta, I know the Atlanta DC came from Dennis Allen's tree. And Dennis Allen's a really good coordinator, really good head coach. Got a lot of respect for them over there. And they were changing up on me. Like, it wasn't easy. They were switching up the coverages, playing Tampa 2, going one robber, going quarters, going to cover 3, like different things that they were trying to get me on. And I think this game I wouldn't say more prepared, but I was just ready for it. I think Bobby told me last week, like, that was the first game against Atlanta that they treated you like a great NFL quarterback. I think they treated me the same way this game. I just handled it a little better. And I think sometimes, like this game, I should have taken completion and I think I was smart with the ball other than that interception and things like that. So just growing every week, thought I took a step. But, of course, some things that I'm always go back on and try to get better at. But, yeah, Dennis Allen's a great coordinator. They called a great game, and that's a tough defense. So a really good win from us, and we got to get back to the drawing board. But that's a great win.
What is it about DeMeco that has helped change the culture and tenor of this team?
I wasn't here last year, so I don't know. But when I came in, like, I just knew, like, man, this dude loves us. Like, he really, like, understands what it is to be a player. He understands, like, practicing, building that callus in August and September. So when November and December, when you're playing to go to the playoffs and big things like that, those are where those games are won, back in August and September. So that's kind of like the vibe I got. And he was just like, the one thing about DeMeco is all about, because he played, and I don't think some coaches that didn't play don't understand this, but, like, you can shoot yourself in the foot and, like, get mad and be like, man, I'm going to be pissed about that play the rest of the day. But his thing is like, man, just next play, next drive, like next thing. And that means a lot, especially being a young quarterback. When I do make mistakes, I always come back sideline. He got a smile on his face, and he always tells me like how good I'm doing, and always gives me advice and tips. So I appreciate him for just his demeanor and his attitude and his positivity that he brings to this culture and this brand of football. And I think as we're winning, we're buying in more and more. So
Last one, bro. CJ, on that 3rd and 40 toward the end, you completed to DeMeco, and it looked like you were kind of urging to go for it on 4th there. What was it like in that moment, and also watching the defense close it out like they did in the end?
Yeah, I'm a team guy, so like I felt like we weren't playing complementary football with our defense. They were getting stops, and we weren't moving. Well, we were moving the ball. We just weren't scoring. We got to get touchdowns in the red zone. So I'm always aggressive. Like it was a great call not to go for it on 4th down, but I know if it was the call, I was gonna be ready to make a play. So I know that they have trusted me when it's the right time, but it wasn't. So I think DeMeco made a hell of a call playing the ball, and now I know like when that opportunity comes, I got to make the play. So I think they had that trust in me though. So yeah. All right, appreciate y'all. God bless.